Hello, my name is Blake. Welcome to my life, or welcome back to my life. If you're new here, I am 26. I just started my first semester of college. I will be getting my prereqs done and then going into a nursing program. I just recently got engaged and I have an amazing fiance. We're getting eloped and it's a very quick turnaround. So we are in the middle of planning all of that while also obviously juggling work and family obligations, things like that. I just do weeks of my lives and hang out. I really like lifestyle content. I love to read, play video games. I love music, especially physical media. I have a ton of albums, CDs, cassettes, whatever I can get my hands on, and this is my life. Today is January 30th. Today is January 30th. It's 5:41. It has been an absolutely crazy week at work. I work in transportation, so all of the weather in the Northeast, we just had a big snowstorm. And all of that weather messed us up completely. And because of that, we have additional reporting and everything like that. I have to actually work Saturday and Sunday this week, which is extremely rare. I haven't had to do that in a long time, but I kind of volunteered for it because I obviously need money to pay for all the wedding stuff coming up. We have an engagement party at the end of February, which is super exciting. We're planning a trip for it, all of the things. I'm actually texting my fiance right now, planning all of that. But I'm actually gonna make a to-do list because I have a lot of stuff this weekend on my, I'm gonna make it on my iPad, which is actually about to die. It's literally at 1%, hang on. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't know how to do this. I am going to make a to-do list for this weekend because I have so much to do. I have bio quiz. I'm going like crazy. I actually have no time. Okay, I think I have everything written down, but this is what I have to do this weekend. For biology, I have a chapter quiz, homework for that, and a lab, which I have every single week. And I also have a practice test just to make sure that my honor lock is set up with like the external camera or whatever. I have Comp 1 and I am working on a research paper. That's basically all that we have for the entire semester, but there's a lot of sections to it. And I've been working on it and revising it, but I need to work on it more. And then I have another like writing literacy class that I have not even looked at. I have slideshows to watch. I have a quiz in there. And then also they want us to write a memoir that's due in about 2 weeks, but there's no information on it. So I have to email on that. And then for work, I'm going to be waking up at 5 a.m. tomorrow to pull some data and get some reports together. That has to be done by 8 a.m. I want to say like 8 a.m. And then I also have to do it again. That has to be done by 4 p.m. I don't exactly know how long it's going to take. It's been taking 3 people an hour and a half. It'll just be me. So we'll see. So that'll be Saturday in the morning and Saturday afternoon. And then also Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon. And then Saturday I have a room booked at the library, a study room. It's one of my favorite rooms. Floor to ceiling windows, whiteboard wall. I'm gonna go there. I have it booked for 4 hours on Saturday and I'm gonna get all of that, hopefully a ton of stuff done. And then Saturday afternoon around 5 p.m. my niece turned 1 yesterday, so I'm going to her birthday party and I'll just start studying more. And then Sunday I have church, and after church my fiance and I like to meal prep all of our breakfast and lunches for the week. So I don't know exactly if I'll have to go to church online, but because I go to the 8 a.m. service and I'm going to be in the middle of working at that time, unless it is just super quick. Yeah, that's what I have to do. It is going to be an extremely long weekend. Yesterday I was basically all week I've been staring at spreadsheets all day and running data and all this stuff. And yesterday I had a huge migraine, so I wasn't able to study / make as many flashcards as I was hoping to because I had to go to bed early. But I'm going to try to get that done today. I'm honestly going to try to stay up as long as I can studying and maybe doing, I have to do my chapter, what is it? Review guide. I'm adding my review guide because I forgot that I have to do that, but I'm probably gonna finish my flashcards and then do that tonight. But I did go to Target after work and did some retail therapy. I got an Oura ring, which I'm pretty excited about. I have been wanting one for a long time, but I honestly was just not wanting to buy it. They're really expensive, all the things. But I got it with my HSA, which is basically free money. Literally like barely seen any, but I got the silver, not the brushed or anything, literally just the silver to match. This is like a really cheap engagement ring, but whenever I get my actual wedding ring, it's also gonna be silver. And I have like a silver necklace on. I just like silver, but I'm gonna get this bad boy set up here in just a second. It is the Oura Ring 4. I was hoping that it would be charged. I don't know. Anyway, I did some retail therapy because this week has been crazy, y'all. And I mean crazy. We were stuck at home Monday, and then I barely made it to work on Tuesday. And it's just been a wild ride, but I'm blessed that it wasn't worse. Anyway, that is me rambling, telling you all the stuff. I'm trying to get better about not talking as much. I am actually gonna have a lot of B-roll in this video. So for y'all that don't want to hear me talk, you're welcome. It has been just a little bit. It is now 7:30. Immediately changed into some pajamas and an oversized sweatshirt. Started doing some laundry so that I can get that out of the way. I actually need to switch that over. And then as soon as I sat down to start studying, I don't know if I was just trying to procrastinate or what, but I just got really hungry. So I made myself some food. I did some Cajun sausage and Mexican rice. I was gonna try to find Cajun rice, but I just couldn't. So it was pretty good. And then I sat down and finished my flashcards. I love making flashcards for obviously every chapter. Honestly, I have like quite a bit. I kind of always do, but I got these done. Honestly, I haven't done a whole lot today, and I really need to lock in. I'm gonna switch my clothes over and then sit back down and put on some lo-fi music and either read through the textbook, because I like to watch the lecture video while I take notes, and then I go through the textbook and write out my flashcards, and also sort of just look through my notes, figure out any flashcards I want to make, and then I will go back and re-watch the lecture while I'm not taking notes and make sure that I just have everything down and I'm actually paying attention and absorbing that information. And then I will go back and like read the textbook. I don't know why that's how I've been doing it. I don't know if it's really working, but I want to at least watch the lecture one more time, read my textbook, and then if I have more time, I will do that. But what I'm really gonna try to focus on is getting to bed at a decent time so that I can wake up and just hit the ground running with work. And then I actually just started Beartown by Frederick Bachman the other day. I am only on chapter 4, and I would love to make some sleepy time tea and read at least one chapter of this before I go to bed. Like I said, I'm going to bed early, so if I don't have time to do that, then I won't, but I'm definitely going to be bringing this book with me tomorrow, just because I know that as a person, it's hard for me to focus. So this will be a good brain break from screens and spreadsheets and textbooks, all that stuff on a screen. I will just be able to sit down and read this. Watch out. Morning. Oh, it's so dark. Is that gonna help? Oh, it's a little bit. Good morning. Ignore all the stuff in the background, but I'm trying to switch it up for y'all. It is 7:31 on Saturday, and I just clocked out, which is crazy because normally I get to work at 7 a.m. I did end up, my first alarm woke me up around 4 this morning, and then I decided to actually get out of bed at 4:30, go and make some coffee, and then that way I was like ready to go. Around 4:45 I clocked in, and I did a lot better running all of the data that I needed to than I thought I would. And I say that because usually someone else runs it and then I just sort of scrub through it, but it was my first time actually doing all of it today. So I just had to train where my eyes were gonna go and the clicking, all of those things. But not too bad. I think that I got done a lot earlier than I was expecting, which is nice. I opened my window and it's freezing. 6 degrees outside and it feels like -7. The high today is 25, which, let me just put my blanket on. Awesome. I am so glad that I got done with all of that. I was planning on going to a local coffee shop this morning that opens at 7:30, so right now, and then pretty much just working until I can check into my study room at the library at 9. But I think I would rather stay here. I actually have laundry, my last bit of laundry, in the dryer right now. I have a little bit of like house chores to do. I don't know why I still call it chores. Housework, I guess, when you're an adult. That's like what you call it. But I have a little bit of chores to do. And then, y'all, I've had like 2 cups of coffee and it's starting to hit me. I haven't eaten yet. But what I'm trying to say is I'm going to stick around the house for a little bit longer, probably until I can check into the room at the library. It only took me 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe, to run all of this data. So whenever I do it this afternoon, I think I'm going to wait to clock in until maybe 1:30, which is right whenever I'll leave. That means that I have the 4 hours to get most of the stuff done at school that I can. See, I'm rambling again. If y'all want an update on my Oura Ring, you probably don't, but I got my first readiness score and sleep score and everything. My readiness is at 79, which isn't bad considering I went to bed later than I normally do and got out of bed earlier than I normally do. And then my sleep was 67. My heart rate is 67. I don't think that's right. I think I'm gonna crash later, but I did get it in Alani at Target. Y'all look at the snow. This angle is going to be kind of crazy, but I was late getting around and luckily I was able to start my car. I got a new car and I can start it from my phone, which is so nice because it is currently 6 degrees outside. Ate some eggs and yogurt with bananas and watched some YouTube, just hanging out because I know that I'm not going to be able to. My dad's going to see me film, but I'm about to go to the library and study. Hopefully I'll get there on time. I have like 20 minutes, but.
So far away from home.
I wasn't really that late. It is 9:13 right now. I just got to the library. As you can tell, they changed my study room because the one that I booked had a ton of windows. The entire wall was windows. And like I said, it's like 6 degrees outside, and they were like, do you want another one? So I was like, yeah. And this one has all windows. I was hoping that I could like film and it wouldn't be awkward in the other one, but so it's literally all windows. It has this one, which is nice. I actually just need to get better about talking to the camera in public because honestly, like, who cares? If anything, they'll be like, I wonder what he's doing. Anyway, oh, it's hot in here already. I am about to put my headphones on and lock in. I don't exactly know what I'm like going to do right now, but I'm just going to put some lo-fi on, listen to music, and try to lock in. Like I said, it's 9:15 and I have this room until like 1, but I'm probably gonna have to leave a little bit early so that I can go home and start running reports because I really don't want to start working here and then have to like be here until it's completely done. I would rather go home and then start working. I probably need to do the review guide for biology first, but that is what's happening. It's freezing outside. I do have an Alani that I'm probably gonna open in a couple of hours, so I have that to look forward to. But until then, I need to be drinking water. Cool. I'm much more tired than I realized, or I thought I would be. It is 10:50 though, so it's basically 11 o'clock, which I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I did my academic literacy, writing literacy work, and it is just a much easier class than I thought, but I still have the memoir that I haven't even started on at all. But I think I have what I'm gonna do. Maybe I need to do that. I actually did 2 weeks worth of stuff for that class, which means I can completely focus on writing that paper. In 3 weeks, maybe, I forgot, but we have to have a meeting for it. And I did the chapter 4 review guide. It always takes me a hot minute to do these just because the way that he has everything structured. I wanted to catch all up on that. Luckily, I have all of this done. Now I just have let's start marking stuff off. So excited to drink my Alani, but also just to eat. Let's see what we have going on our list, honestly. Apple Pencil dead. I need a new iPad. Okay, so basically what I can check off of the list is my review guide, writing quiz, and slideshows for my writing class, and then the Saturday morning reports. So I still have biology quiz, homework and lab, and a practice test, English, my English comp paper revision, and then I want to work on my memoir, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that today. Afternoon report, and then my niece's party. So I'm just going to go home and finish up that report, and then it should give me a little bit extra time. Study and whatnot, I'll already be closer to my niece's party location. I'm gonna pack up and go home, brave the cold. I literally just walked in the door and came to put the stuff down in my room, and I realized that my room is a mess. I did not plan on leaving like that early or like cooking for that long, I guess. But the good news is, since I have to get this report out earlier, I am like giving myself grace and recognizing that I can do this later, but also in like a strange way, it's making me happy because I know that I'm gonna get to clean my room later and it's gonna be clean, and I'm looking forward to that feeling like after you clean your room. You know what I mean? You just have a clean space. Good morning. My hair is an absolute mess. I just clocked out of work. It is 7:20 on Sunday morning. Woke up a little bit later today just because I realized that I didn't have to get my reporting out as early as I thought, so I just wanted to give myself time to sleep in. I also went to bed at 8 o'clock last night. Actually, it was before 8, but it took me a little bit to fall asleep. I'm actually going to check my aura, but it was really good. Unfortunately, I didn't get to study as much as I wanted to, but like I said, I got my chapter 4 review done, and then my sister and her husband brought my nephew over, and he's just a little guy. He's like 2 months old, but we hung out, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to study with everyone here. I want to visit. And then I went to my niece's birthday party and hung out all day. Like, I was really starting to crash. I think I didn't have enough food and I had too much caffeine. So this morning I'm focusing on drinking water, and I only had 1 cup of coffee. I'm gonna have an Alani a little bit later, but I'm not gonna have a second cup of coffee. Birthday party was a lot of fun. My mom was literally like, your eyes are bloodshot. I was like, yeah, it's just been a long day and I've been staring at screens all day long, which, if you know me, it's weird because I work on a computer, like, anyway, but I really like to have analog activities and get off of a screen. So I still have a ton of stuff to do today because I went to bed so early last night, but I do think that I feel more energized than I would. Right now, I'm going to review my review. I'm gonna go over my chapter 4 review. I think I'm gonna try to do the homework before I go to my fiance's house. We have meal prep today. I'm not able to go to church, so I'm just gonna watch it later. I have to log back on this afternoon to finish this up, and then I'm done, obviously, until work tomorrow. That is what's been happening. I really want to continue reading Beartown. I also have an itch to buy new books. I got a Barnes & Noble gift card for Christmas, and I think I actually used it to buy Beartown, but I think I only bought 1 book. No, I didn't. I got Beartown for Christmas separately. I bought Breathe In Bleed Out, which I'll post, which is this book, and I don't know about that one. It wasn't bad, but I kind of saw it coming. Anyway, I just finished that book. Looking to finish everything as soon as possible so that I can not stare at a screen all day long. Oh, it's better. My sleep and readiness my total sleep is 79, and then my readiness is an 88. Not too bad. Oh, yep, it said that it took me 53 minutes to fall asleep, which sounds about right. It's 9:30. I do not like my biology professor at all, and I'm just really mad about it. It is what it is. I try to have like a good mindset until it comes to the quizzes and homework and stuff, and it is so far out of left field. Nothing that we went over, nothing that is presented to us. So adding that to the list, and I feel like I just haven't really done anything, and honestly I should have said no to working this weekend and every single weekend, but that's just, you know, how it is. So hopefully I would just hit it really hard after meal prep.